Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nerds with Dice. It's all Hallows, all dice. Links for our merch, YouTube, and Discord can be found in the chat. Also, we're raising money for charity. We are part of the Roll for Wishes, raising funds for the Make a Wish Foundation. So please keep an eye on the Tiltify link, which will be popping up in the chat all throughout the game, to please donate and help young children's uh, you know, help their dreams come true. It's kind of rough out here in the world, and let's help some kids. So tonight's game is going to be something a little bit cozy, a little bit spooky. We are doing another interlude of A Season's Oath, a Wanderhome journey. Specifically, our seventh interlude. A Season's Oath is a Wanderhome actual play series of hope, exploration, and deep magic. A West Marches, Hex Crawl, and OSR inspired folkloric journey with a rotating cast of travelers who weave in and out of the saga, all of them seeking to understand a magic bestowed upon them by the venerable and forgotten gods of flame, form, dark, and wind. A road that will take them to many forgotten and sacred places all over Hythe. Tonight, we are going to be showcasing the full rules of Wanderhome by Possum Creek Games, including seasons, holidays, guest playbooks and natures, and J Dragon's Patreon homebrew magic rules. As stated before, to donate to Roll for Wishes, you're going to see a Tiltify link in the chat, or normally there would be a QR code and an overlay, but there's so many of us here, it was pure chaos. So keep an eye out for the link in the chat instead. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce our amazing cast of travelers. As I mentioned before, I am Okami. I will be your guide, and I would like to welcome, first and foremost, one of the most prolific travelers in the A Season's Hope uh, greater story. Uh, Lex, please introduce yourself, your character, and what their playbook is, what animal they are, and then ping pong it to another traveler at the table.
All right. Hi, I'm Lex. I'll be playing Samael, the mongoose exile slash dancer. Um, brain just blanked. He, they pronouns. Hi. And yeah, I'm just gonna popcorn over to Logan. Just take it away.
Cool. Thanks, Lex. Yeah, I'm Logan, he, him. I am playing Theo Xander, he, they, who is a tawny frogmouth. Google that, the really fun Australian animal. And Theo Xander is the teacher playbook. He's a bit of maybe an atypical teacher, but he's happy to be on the road with this crew, which includes, I'll pop it over to Vixie.
Hey everybody, my name is Vixie Bell and I'm your friendly neighborhood player here on Nerds with Dice tonight. I'm happy to be back at this Wanderhome table and I'm happy to be playing with old friends and making some new ones. I'll be playing Surya, who I've been playing for a while, who happens to be Samael's cousin, as well as the resident dancer and now Firelight. So I'm super excited to explore that with this group and I'm going to popcorn it over to Adi.
Hello and thank you. Hello, people of the internet. I am RDMK. I go by Fab, he, him. And today I will be playing Baloo, the moon bear guardian, who is very concerned about what is going to happen with his ward, Louise, who's a little orangutan 10-year-old girl who is going to be played by our wonderful guide, Ukami. And Baloo
Ex-
sounds a bit like this. And I shall pass it on to Tomas.
Well, hello there. My name is Tomas Jimenez Rioja, and I come here to play the small and silly Ricardo, who is a small little axolotl that just wanders around the world, trying to do his best and find out what the world is really about because he doesn't understand anything, but he wants to understand it all and befriend everyone at sight. So yeah, that's I've been playing him for quite a while already, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he becomes great friends with all of the ones in here, even better friends with the ones that he has played before. And let's pop it back to Okami. Hector, take it
yes.
away.
Um, Once again, I am known in some places in the internet as Hector Reyes, and everywhere as Okami. My pronouns are he, they, and I am your guide. Our journey has winded down a road of laughter, tears, and healing of the heart. In this time, our travelers have connected via an emotional web of friendship, love, and shared sorrow. Yet this pyre, the equivalent holiday of Halloween in the world of Hythe, via a candlelit, mist shrouded night, the paths of our travelers shall weave together like never before. My wonderful travelers, from our second chapter, from our third chapter, and from our last interlude, are all coming together, travelers from different chapters of the road, for the first time tonight. You are all going to be traveling to if I'm being honest, a rather spooky place in Hythe. The Thousand Candles Necropolis. 100 years ago, when Hythe was still under the rule of monarchs, a small community graveyard was built to bury those from surrounding feasts, cherished and gone. Tended to by the Candlelit Council, sister order of the Silent Sages, psychopomps who lead the shades of the dead via sacred candlelight to their final resting place in the great beyond. Over the decades, the modest graveyard expanded into a great city for the dead, filled with statues and mausoleums and cairns, all tended to with care by the Candlelit Council. When war enveloped the land years ago, a great battle was fought between the King of the Floating Mountains forces and the Purple Orchid Rebellion within the city's hallowed streets, spilling blood on the necropolis's most sacred monuments. In this battle, an honorable leader fell, dying in the arms of their love. On that day, a great mist swept across the city, and shades of all kinds drove the army away, but the thousand necropolis remained, shrouded in mist, and welcome only to those who wish to bury their loved ones who passed or to pay respect to the dead. There is an important question that I will need all of my travelers to hold in their head as I continue to describe this place you're coming to, that I will need you to answer. But don't be afraid, we're going to be answering it all together. When you arrive at this place, decide who or what lies below and is buried here. The natures of this place are it is a graveyard, a place of death where the lost are buried. It is also a tomb, a place where a hero of the world that was passed away. It is also a mist. It is a quiet, close place that conceals itself and those that travel through it. The aesthetics of this place are melted candles, gravestones, a warm, directionless twilight, an empty sky, wilted flowers and offerings, and deep shadows. This place may always, and these are all moves that can be done in this place, which you are all welcome to use yourselves, in addition to myself, as this is our story, and I want to make sure we all tell it together. This place can always describe the weight of the past, show someone disrespecting the history of this place, ask the question, will you tell us a story no one else could tell? Describe, give them a token if they do. Describe the damp and the gray. Part to reveal something chilling. Hide something important from someone and give them a token. Remind everyone of what lies below. Unearth a relic of the past. And last but not least, ask, do you worry about what you will leave behind? And give them a token if they answer truthfully. The folklores of this place are the Candlelit Council and their warning, the ancient cairn in the heart of the mist, the monument to the rebellion's last stand. Common animal folk you will meet here are owls, ravens, cats, and bats. The small and forgotten gods that inhabit this place are candle wisps, floating death shrouds, and ancient shades. The holiday that you are celebrating, or rather that is being celebrated in this moment tonight, is Pyre. Pyre concludes Gatling and welcomes Firetop with a week of countless bonfires, treats, and tricks. The traditions of Pyre here are tossing worries into the fire, spooky masks and costumes, ghost stories, buckets of candy, and commemorative carved figures. During Pyre, and these moves are available to all of you, everyone can always take a token from someone else and give them a delightful treat in exchange. Play a cunning trick on someone and give them one of your tokens. And sit by the fire and stay warm. Some extra lore about this place, about the necropolis and when it celebrates Pyre, just to kind of give you a little extra. Pyre is a day of the year that travelers and pilgrims are granted hospitality by the Candlelit Council. All who arrive are given an ivory candle to light and offered a canvas covered overhang to rest, start a fire, share treats, and celebrate the holiday alongside the masked ghosts who come to visit the necropolis from the lands beyond through the mists. And so, with that, we begin our journey by answering an incredibly important question as you all arrive at the outer edges of the necropolis. Who or what lies below and is buried here?
Does anyone have any strong idea?
I have a thought, but I'd like
Oh,
to let
boy.
other people go first.
Share it with the class.
There are some kith in the documents if you are looking for a suggestion, but I'm much more interested in what my travelers are interested in than what I might have pre-written.
So, this is probably not something that anyone is necessarily aware of in our party, but I'm sitting here thinking, you said, or what lies below?
Right,
So I'm
right.
like,
It could be a what.
what if it's something like, I don't know, some sort of ancient fish dude deep in the depths?
Like one
Like
of
a
the
demon?
daemons? Like
Yeah,
one of
like
the
the fish
daemons?
guys. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the demons, the ones that
And
like
it's
fight
definitely
witches
not
or
the one that
tricksters.
it's definitely not the one that Theozander made a promise to ages ago and is trying not to think about.
Right, right, right.
Probably totally different.
Cairn?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
There's an
Show off.
ancient Karen at the heart of the mist. So an ancient trickster daemon.
Tricks.
And
Okay.
I think
Interesting.
many,
I mean, it's kind of
many,
redundant. I could just say an ancient daemon because all daemon are tricksters in Hythe.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, I think that's
and
redundant. It's like
and
saying Shanti.
many of Baloo's old comrades from the rebellion. Many met their end here, and
All right, so we would say we're going to say an ancient daemon and many members of the rebellion,
Okay.
or we're going to say comrades. We're going to be more specific.
Would there be many orchids planted here then, since that was the symbol of the rebellion?
Yes. I think that
That'll be
there would
nice.
be all kinds of orchids planted around. Would you like me to add that to the aesthetics?
Yes, please.
Okay.
especially near the monument, it is filled with purple orchids.
Orchids beneath the ground.
Now, my thought process is: what came first, the corpses of the rebellion or the big fish?
The big
The
fish.
big fish.
The big fish. So
Yeah.
they planted the dead from the rebellion in here on purpose, pretty much. I'm
Possibly.
assuming.
Or it could have been because of how many fell in the battle before the curse of the mist.
Oh,
Remember, the mist is new,
Yeah.
Mm.
I
but
was gonna say this.
this place is a century old,
Right.
as I said in the description. But the mist is new.
Yeah.
New for a given because
Big-
the war with the King of the Floating Mountain was recent. So
There could be also like a Saint George and the Dragon type of myth here, since there's a tomb dedicated to a hero, and maybe like the demon was quote unquote slain by this mythical hero, and that's how he ended up here years and years
okay,
ago.
right.
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Uh
Maybe the corpses were laid here to sort of protect us from the demon.
Maybe that's how that started. Some
Oh,
hundred.
like the army, like that one emperor's army, the clay, yeah, the terracotta.
mhm. Well, I think you all should be speculating about this as your travelers, as you walk up to the edges of this city. And when I say a city, it is a city, but it's a city of mausoleums, grave markers, statues, surrounded by a beautiful, lush wilderness that is just starting to turn yellow, orange, and red. Not quite, it's still green, but it's in those beginning phases of transitioning from summer into autumn. And this vast necropolis that is decorated with all of these candles and purple orchids is just wreathed in this ever flowing mist. There's a few fountains, which you're assuming that's where the candle lit council gets their water from, but there's no big lake or river nearby to feed all of this mist that you're seeing that is flowing throughout this area. What does the ground feel like, Theozander, on the outer edges of this place?
I think like on the outer edges where it's still kind of the wilderness and the path in, it's like it's a a little damp as the leaves are starting to fall and doing their composting thing. But I think there's like a palpable line at which it goes from like kind of damp to like you're leaving boot prints behind level of muddy wet. Um, and there's almost like a ring. It's maybe not a perfect circle. It's some sort of shape around the whole necropolis, in line with the mist, where it gets quite damp underfoot. And I'm imagining mostly sort of packed earth ground, with gravel sort of sprinkled in to keep everything together. But there's a palpable shift from dry-ish to like damp, squelchy.
Samael, what color is the light of the two massive wrought iron lanterns that are hanging on either side of the gate that leads to the entrance of this place? What color light is it emitting?
They have to both be the same color.
No, they do not.
One is purple, and the other is either like gold or like a very strange, almost white color.
Surya, how does the color of this fire that you have developed such a close kinship with in your journeys, how does it make you feel?
I think that it's reminiscent of what she encountered in the Mariposa Fairgrounds, only much less intimidating. because that was an amalgamation of many souls that had long since lost who they were. But very similar. It's that same sort of vibe. It's not enough to be unsettling, but it's enough to arouse curiosity, I believe, is how I would kind of
Uh,
picture the vibe of this flame or fire that's coming from these lamps.
what does Saria look like as your curiosity is drawing you closer? Like, what do you look like illuminated in this light that is being refracted by the mist?
So,
Introduce us to a visual of your character.
okay. Surya is a cute little golden mongoose who dresses in flowing clothes that are red, yellow, and gold, sunlight colors or fire colors. And she is very lively, and I don't think she's fully aware, like with most things magical in nature with her, of what she's doing. She's chasing a firefly towards these lamps, and you can hear the sound of her laughter as she chases her firefly or firelight in this case forward and towards the necropolis. Um, so, uh, so she's she's just having a good time, and maybe this sort of registers on like on a subconscious level, this curiosity and this feeling, which is maybe what. And I think that like once it registers, she sort of slows down and looks up at the lights. And since she's a little mongoose, you just see like the bottom of her face in that triangle shape and her little nose, because this is way bigger than she is, right? And she immediately goes, "Ooh, Samael, look at this."
I want to look at it as coming from underneath Baloo's robe comes a little 10-year-old orange orangutan girl. Um, she has a new green leather backpack. She's wearing a really simple blue dress that's sleeveless, and she also has like a warm cloak over it, and then uh, little sandals that she's wearing on her feet, on her little prehensile feet, and she just bolts from underneath Baloo's big, warm, I'm assuming all encompassing like cloak or jacket to just run over to where you are, Saria, and look
Louis,
at what you're looking at.
where do you think you're going?
Uh, uh, and she's just sort of looking at Theozander and then looking at Baloo and then looking at Theozander as like the two like authority figures in her life. And it's like I'm looking at what Saria's looking at.
And I'm looking at the lights. And she points upward to the lights that are glowing two colors.
Balu will adjust his bifocals and just like, look over them at Surya.
Uh Theozander, Baloo, could you give me a visual of what the two of you look like towering over this adorable little orange orangutan curious 10-year-old girl, Louise? What do the two of you look like? What are you wearing? What's the expression on your faces? Um, whoever wants to go first can go first, but I kind of I want to
Teachers,
paint a picture.
teachers go first, Theo.
Sure. So Theozander is a tawny frogmouth. So, and I've imagine he's got very like intense eyebrows. He kind of looks like he's frowning all of the time. And tawny frogmouths also have like feathers coming out from between their eyes. So he's just like a lot of eyebrow going on. And yeah, got these tawny brown feathers. He looks very serious all the time. But he's wearing sort of these big oversized glasses that kind of magnify the eyebrows. So it's just a whole thing. And he's got
Terrifying.
this blazer on, so he looks kind of very serious and teacherly. But if you kind of look past the enormous eyes, you'd see his beak is kind of always crooked in a little smile. And I think he's as this is kind of unfolding, he's looking at the three young ones, and yeah, Baloo and those close to him can see the smile starting to crook, as he's kind of waiting for Baloo as the parent to say his piece before he jumps in and joins the fray.
I love it. I love it. Um, and what's the
Uh,
image that we have of Baloo in peak parenting moment?
uh, uh, Baloo is a big uh, Asian black bear or a moon bear. Um, he his the fur on his head is graying. He has a massive green and brown cloak that covers most of his frame, under which where he wears very utilitarian, like shirt with suspenders on, very practical work pants, and solid pair of old boots that have walked and have kept him walking for a long time. He has a bunch of things. He has a massive backpack slash cupboard with multiple little drawers inside where he holds all of the ingredients for his tea. He has pots and pans hanging from a little um, uh, bandolier that is just has different cooking implements. He has a sturdy world oak cane that he uses, and seemingly endless patience, because it is very seemingly, because there is a that is kind of
You can see
building.
the vein popping.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit, but then he will just like do one last little glare at Surya and then turn back to Louise and just go, "Dear heart, we have discussed this. This is a place of solemnity and quiet. There have been many people that have experienced much sadness here, and as much as curiosity is always to be encouraged, we should be respectful." And then immediately looks up to Surya.
It's at this point that coming from behind Baloo is another moon bear, a woman, one that you've all been traveling with for some time. This is Mama Boomy. She is a tall moon bear. She has beautiful, long, her hair is kind of, fur is arranged in a way where it's a bit longer. She has a gorgeous blue sari lined in gold, golden bangles, a beautiful shawl that she wears over that is also lined in gold, and a nose ring with a golden chain that goes to her ears, um, which Saria you would know is some of the more traditional fashion where you're from, of from Indra. And she is wearing really, really sturdy sandals. She would much prefer to be going barefoot, but this wet ground, uh, she is wearing sandals that kind of elevate her off the ground a little bit. Um, and she moves with an effortless grace that is breathtaking in a woman of her stature, as she is towering. And you would not think that a tall moon bear of this size would be that graceful, but she is. Um, and she puts her arm around you and says, Baloo, my love, let our daughter explore. Surya is more than capable of ensuring that she is safe.
The gruff face immediately melts. Like the stiffness in his body also just kind of goes like limp as he, yes, dear, yes, 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 yes.
I will say this to you, Ricardo, and Samael. There is a peace and a new kind of softness to Boomy that was not there before. That distant sadness that you had experienced before is it's very far away now. And you haven't seen each other in a while, so it's
I would also like to add when we stumbled into each other on the road, and after Louise, attack hugged both Ricardo and Samael, and Baloo would have prized Louise off and handed her off to Bhumi. He would have just scooped both Ricardo and Samael into the biggest bear hug, and just lifting them off the ground and just. It is good to see you both. And that would have definitely happened.
what did you both say in this moment? In that moment back then?
Ricardo, I know that he will hug back Baloo and say, I knew we'll be back together sometime.
I'm so glad to see you both, Papa and Mama, and even Louise. Even Louise.
Where's Louise? He'll shout back and try to find her.
And it was a wonderful reunion with all of you, and the memory of that reunion just comes to the two of you as you're watching this kind of miniature family squabble over the exuberance and curiosity of Saria. And please, what do the two of you look like? Paint us a picture of the dynamic duo of Samael and Ricardo reunited once again on the edge of this mist-shrouded place.
I have a perfect idea in mind, so I'll let you go first. Let's, if you want
Okay.
to.
Okay. Samael is a mongoose with a cloak big enough to hide in, carefully carved wooden mask that is pale, and it has no eye holes. Still has no eye holes, even after all this time. Silly goose he is. And intricate tattoos. That deep and profound loneliness that he's always carried is much more faded. It's not the first thing that presents itself anymore. It's in quiet moments that you would see it, like now as he's kind of watching these ginormous iron lanterns and he's just kind of shaking, and it's hard to tell if he's the one shaking or if the mask is shaking at these lanterns. But as he stands there in his loose-fitting pants and his bandage-wrapped feet and paws, he doesn't have his trekking pole with him right now. I think he's got that just kind of leaned up against something at the moment, so he can have both hands on the mask. Oh, one eye is different color than the other, but not the same color as these. One is kind of a hazel green, and the other's more of a hazel brown.
Is that no? I don't remember that.
That's always been. I just forgot
okay.
to describe it.
Ricardo never paid attention then.
Yeah, no, Ricardo, it just sort of went over Ricardo.
The attention wandered.
And it really doesn't matter ultimately. It's just
It's a good
a bit
detail.
of flavor.
Okay, as for Ricardo, at this moment he is dressed as Axolotl that at this moment is dressed up with a white hoodie and he's wearing the hood at the moment. And you will see that the white hoodie has two eyes on the top that sort of signal that he's dressed as a ghost. But the hoodie is made in a way that is too short for his size, so he's in like a T pose all the time. And he's wearing white pants, and while Balu is saying this is a place for grief and tranquility and trying to remain calm, Ricardo's just running towards where Surya is, like with his arm extended, but saying, Surya, you need to tell me all about how you do that fire magic, and head plants into the mud and gets covered in all brown.
we could cut the seam a little bit right here, and it just sits still so I can cut the seam.
Yeah, and he keeps running.
Surya
a
just
kid when
like
he falls
looks down, looks up, watches him go.
As soon as Bhumi has accompanied Luis and Surya and all of them up, Balu just turns to Theo and just like puts his head on his shoulder and just
Yeah. Theozen like just sort of taps him lightly on the shoulder, saying, "Yep, it's gonna be an exciting pyre."
Scissors. I've never cut anyone with scissors before. Only the things that need to be cut. I don't know why he won't let me cut the seam. Surya, can you help me, please?
Okay, well, first of all, you need to take some deep breaths because it seems like this is stressing you out. But it looks like
Yes.
Ricardo is really happy right now. So
He's all covered in mud at the moment, like all the front part. All the white hoodie is ruined.
yeah.
Oh,
The only white is his teeth.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
uh,
Oh, oh.
Ricardo.
I just I'm not quite sure if that was a tiny moment of beauty. I feel like that's like philosophically a tiny moment of beauty because it was so genuine and so funny. I think you should get a token for that. That was just
Okay, thank you.
a great moment. Um I'm gonna make a
Uh,
move as the setting.
do we start with 0 tokens or the amount we had on
No,
the game before?
you start from the mount that you had the game before, and I should have left
Okay.
it
oh,
on
I
there.
think I
Yeah,
spent
you
all
did.
of mine last time.
Yeah.
You, my epic
Yeah.
cool thing.
Yeah,
So
but I think the
I
rest
kept
of you still
nothing.
have some tokens left from your previous
Oh no, I
adventures.
actually do have
I have
some
a
left.
Yep.
bunch.
I
have a
have zero. I know I
bunch.
spent them all.
Yeah. The move that I would like to make as your guide is I'm going to part to reveal something chilling.
Oh no.
As the breeze goes by, the gates swing open on their own. And you see coming down the central path a group of robed, white robed figures and the hooded figures. One of them holding a candle, and you hear this like music that sounds kind of like a dirge.
Okay.
As you realize some of the robed figures that are in the procession have instruments, little drums, a piccolo, all just kind of like, making their way through. And the sight is, as I said, it is chilling. And they're making their way towards your group.
I think Surya instinctively, like when the gate randomly opens like that, like moves to shield the little orangutan. Sorry, what was the orangutan's name? Louise. I almost called her
Yeah.
Lourdes, and I was like, that's not her name.
No.
Louise. Moves to shield Louise. Like, what was?
Oh.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
Mm.
Why
Come
can't you?
down.
She looks. She sees the white robes and looks to Samuel and says, "How come you didn't make Ricardo's robes like that?"
I didn't make them. He wouldn't let me help him make them. That's why he's stuck.
I'm
Oh!
great at making clouds.
Uh the the robed figure in the very front makes their way forward to the group as they suddenly stop playing music. Is there
I
anything any of you would like to do? Any moves? Anything you would like to say before the cloaked figure, the hooded figure, makes its way to you?
would
Uh,
I would I recognize the figure?
No. You can't see their face though. That's the thing. So you're
Oh,
not sure even if it was somebody you knew if you would recognize them.
can we differentiate
Okay.
the kind of animal it is?
Yes, you can see that the you can see black feathers on their hands, like as they're holding the candle.
Hmm.
I
Um,
think.
I'd like to remind everyone of what lies below. It's something this place can always do. And I think there's a moment, like as the mist is parting and the figure is coming towards us, there's maybe it's a trick of the light or the mist parting, but there almost looks like you can see underground this shape of like a fish, like swim forth from the group and just like go like, oh, underground and then sort of disappear. There's this kind of fishy shape that looks like it's moving under the earth as the figure approaches us.
Syria just
Um,
moves to like fully block off Louise. Um, Kind of in the same manner that she's kind of standing up like just in case anything happens. She'll do her best to protect Louise. It's a very simple gesture, but she's faced down big things before, so she'll do it again if she needs to.
I
Um,
I will spend a token
mhm.
in that moment because I have seen uh, that Surya is more than just flighty and curious. She is has a heart in the right place, and I'm going to allow someone to connect with you on a personal level. As I would step up and I would have a paw on Surya's shoulder and give a little squeeze of appreciation and thanks as Balu looks at you with what is a warm smile on his face. And do not worry, these are the people who greet us. You are safe, but I appreciate you looking out for her.
And it's
uh,
very good that he said that because Samael had stepped up with mask up and had kind of done one of these, watching them silently because I don't know why you're coming over here, but you've scared my cousin and my little sister, so
uh, I would like to give Saria a token for doing something kind without expecting anything in return.
Okay.
For shielding Louise. Samael, is what you would like to do different now? Now that you've seen Baloo approach, and Boomy does come up behind, but she comes up behind in a very supportive way, sort of adding an additional, you can feel her presence, Saria,
Mhm.
behind you, her protective presence.
I think that
Um,
like if for Syria, this is really like this is a very touching moment because Syria has an issue with being alone, as we discussed, and not abandoned, just alone, being by herself, and she like knowing that she is supported in this moment actually means a lot more to her than she lets on. So.
Also, I don't know if you would know
Mhm.
this, Vixie, but
Mhm.
I think Surya would have a deep connection or a deep relatability with Bhumi because she
Mm.
is also a dancer.
Yay! Then yes, she probably would definitely have that kind of connection. Just like the graceful movements would have already aroused Surya's curiosity, so she would have been like asking 40 million questions of Boomy to find that out.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
But
Samael.
this causes the pause, and he kind of tilts the mask up on top of his head. And you are not a ghost.
I'm
No.
a ghost.
You're not.
Keeps running
No.
around.
And with a little like nudge, uh, almost like practice, right? Like she's done this before. The hood flips back, and you see a raven.
Hmm.
Beautiful, like polished beak, intense, clear eyes. Um, and she says, "Ah, my name is Kyra of Sage of the Candlelit Council. Welcome to the Thousand Candles Necropolis, and happy pyre. This is your candle," and offers it to the group. Who would like to take the white wax candle? And it's in one of those cups, by the way, the kind so that you don't burn your fingers. That has like a
mhm.
Yeah.
little, but this one's really nice. Like you're not sure if it's like paper or treated wood, but like the wax is just kind of fallen in and not touching her hands at all, and she's just sort of offering it.
If it's
I
okay, can Surya take the candle, or does someone else really want the candle?
I was gonna
I was thinking of letting Louise.
Mhm. Louise could also, if we really want Louise to hold the candle, that's fine with me. I was just going to suggest. So,
Oh,
You can always hold Louise while she is holding the candle, and thus
Mhm.
both of you will be holding the candle.
um, from what I've seen from traveling, Saria knows fire well and has kind of been leading us with her light. I think Saria should have the candle.
that makes sense.
He,
huh.
I think Balu just beams with pride.
And your firelight. What have
Mhm.
you named your firelight?
I don't think she's given her firelight a name yet. I think she's
Your
still thinking about it.
your
Uh,
nameless firefly
mhm.
glows with contentment, and you get the sense that they're very happy with this.
Oh, and I think that she says, "Oh," and then looks down at Louise and says, "Well, we can always take turns too if you want to hold the candle for a little bit. There
Okay,
might be
just
times where I can't hold it all the time, you know. I don't know if you've noticed, but Samael has really bad anxiety.
oh yeah, yeah. I used to know Samael back before he would talk.
He didn't talk.
Mm-hmm. He
You
would just like
didn't help.
he
You
he would
didn't help.
he would like sit in the corner and sometimes like hide behind his mask. Um, but
Oh, he
then
still does that. We had to do a lot of work with him.
oh, you're doing a great job.
Thanks. It wasn't just me though; it was our friends. We had to kind of, you know, take him out of his shell a little bit.
Like
So
a clam.
yeah.
Clams are yummy.
Kyra kind of goes, here's your candle, and then Louise like takes it and looks down at it. If you would follow me, I want you all to know that because it is Pyre, you have the hospitality of the Candlelit Council. I will take follow me to your camp. And
Hi.
she starts walking into the necropolis, but not back to the dirge march, but like in another direction, away from those figures um, that are kind of like in unison, uh, all turning their heads and looking at the group walk away all at once. And then right before you leave, you kind of right before you turn like a corner down a road, um and you've got headstones, statues, mausoleums all around you. And right before they're out of sight, they resume playing their song, turn in unison, and march away.
That's very intense.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's their favorite holiday. Um, it's the one time of year that they get to play music for the living, so they take their job very seriously.
I can see that.
For the rest of the year.
It depends on the holiday. Sometimes they'll come back for Bloody Night. Sometimes they'll come back for New Year's. Pyre is sometimes they'll come back for Moon Dance, but
Are
we don't really
like you
celebrate
are
Moon Dance here. We prefer to celebrate Pyre.
Surya looks at Samuel with that, are you thinking what I'm thinking face about the musicians?
are they alive musicians?
Oh no. No.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense that they're alive. And she just sort of goes,
I feel less
Samuel, just
embarrassed.
breathe.
I picked up on the right thing, just not the right one.
At this point, I am going to make a move. And part to reveal something chilling again, as you guys are both going, huh, and all of a sudden you see a black, like, cat mask just like appear, like, on a headstone next to you. And coming from the a voice comes out of the mask that says, "Oh, this place is filled with dead people."
Surya, for once, Surya is taken by surprise and she yelps like and jumps, like all her fur stands up, like
For once, Samael is not taking by surprise and says, yeah, but that makes it that much harder to tell who is and isn't.
Why does it matter? And then what you see is this, like, they're wearing like poofy, like, almost like pirate pants, really kind of fancy boots. They're like laying on top of this large headstone. They've got this black cat mask on. They have like a decorative rapier at their side, um, and just a bright, puffy, red shirt with like puffy sleeves, and then like a tight fitting vest over it. And they have you can see a long black furry cat tail uh, coming up from behind. And you can see real cat ears behind the mask, by the way.
There's a deep grumbling growl
Surya
that
gets a
comes
little
from
gleam in her
Balu.
eye upon realizing it's a cat.
And there's a deep grumbling growl that comes from Balu when he sees this figure.
Hello,
I think
Baloo.
Theoxanther kind of maybe not picking up on either of those reactions, just sort of steps forward to the cat and offers a wing to shake the cat's hand. Says, "Oh well, I mean, thank you for your dramatic entrance. That will definitely become part of the story that we tell tonight." Do you usually do you hang out here and do dramatic entrances, or is this like a special one-time only offer that we experienced?
Go ahead and give me a two of you give me. I feel like the four people that have spoken up all get a token for speaking their true feelings on a subject. It's just so great. And he extends his hand to you, and I will say that Kyra looks annoyed. Like, Kyra looks
Yeah.
irritated. And goes and shakes his hand. And something that you notice as he shakes your hand is that in the light of the candlelight that Louise is holding, when it does it the part where the light spills onto his hand, he turns transparent.
Elor has always been dramatic.
Oh, you two
Uh,
know each other?
yes, I am Allure. Um, and this is my final resting place.
Oh,
Not a bad spot.
I do pop out to be dramatic occasionally. It's incredibly fun, especially this time of year. And he puts the mask up, and you see a very handsome, blue-eyed, black-furred cat. Uh, hello, hello. It's so good to see an old friend. And Kyra says, Elor, leave these nice people alone. They are here to celebrate Pyre. They are here to throw their worries into bonfires and exchange candy for the young one. He doesn't need you coming out of the mist and frightening them with your
I want to
tricks.
befriend the ghost.
I want to
monster.
befriend someone alive.
Yay, I've only met cats that are ghosts, so I don't know why. Is it because you have 9 lives?
Yes.
I knew it.
No.
Oh boy.
He's not alive. He's just active.
Still,
He's a ghost, Ricardo. He's a ghost.
I know, I have met other ghosts before. I have befriended one a very long time ago. It was a leopard. That's why.
That was a
I
strange adventure.
am going to respect Kyra's wishes, and I will come visit you once you're settled.
Yay.
And then flips the mask back down and disappears into the mist.
don't be in too
Yes,
much of a
nice.
hurry.
Oh, it was nice to meet you.
Was my love, was this one of the more difficult comrades that you dealt with?
Yes, yes, my love. One of them were.
I would think that you would be more grateful to have seen him again.
Not
take-
after what he did to Chuki the last time.
I want to ask something this place can always do, maybe as we're continuing to walk towards our
Yeah.
camp, is ask
Yeah.
Baloo, will you tell us a story no one else could? And tell us maybe a bit more about Elor, and you get a token if you decide to tell us.
Elor was always overconfident, and in the last battle, you know Chuki. They were friends, and Elor had promised that they would not fall. But the damn fool rushed ahead. And when he fell, I saw Chuki's heart close a little more. And for that, Elor is not among my favorite people. A hero. Fool. And not the good kind.
A solemn tale, Baloo. I can tell you I have not met Chuki. Perhaps one day I will. I can tell that you care for her a great deal.
She has another name now.
Yeah.
That happens. Perhaps I
Kyra
can
speaks up.
ask her.
Kyra speaks up and says, Elora's a dangerous shade. I don't know. I don't think that they're safe for travelers to talk to. I'm glad that you know them, though. At least perhaps you can command a measure of respect that they did not have in life. But I will say, in Alora's defense, None of us have control over the time that we leave this world. And that was a promise that he should not have made. I hope that his presence doesn't ruin the rest of the holiday. Because here, and she turns to this little area, is the hospitality we have for you. And there is like a white canvas like awning that there's like a little like kind of like a pulley system where you can pull a lever and it'll go whoop up and give you all shelter from the rain and the mist, so
Oh.
it's a little warm. There's a big like circular stone like fire pit there. There's freshly chopped wooden logs that are covered with cloth that has been treated so that the wood isn't too wet from the mist. There's a barrel of fresh water, and there is like a little picnic basket that is filled with some rations and a bunch of candy. And there's also a gourd, like a hollowed out pumpkin with the lid on it, that you can put candy in, and a bunch of lanterns that haven't been lit yet, and fresh extra candles.
Yay!
We assume that most travelers bring what basic necessities they need, but we want to make sure that you're all comfortable. Will any of you be needing any extra blankets or um,
Ooh.
food?
Oh,
Hmm.
extra blankets would be really nice.
Ah, then I will head off and I will make sure some are brought to you all personally.
Yay!
It can get
Maybe,
as we get deeper into the evening, it'll get a little bit chillier.
and maybe you can come back yourself, Sage. I am going to prepare some tea.
I would be most honored. Make sure to start your fire soon, and soon the rest of the bonfires will be lighting up. Be aware that every bonfire such as this will be more travelers than pilgrims. So if the little one is interested in going fire hopping and getting treats and such from all of the different encampments, you're more than welcome to. Just be aware that the dead will be among us tonight. Most of them will be wearing masks, like you saw Elor wearing, because not all of them have welcoming visages and they don't want to frighten anyone. They just want to spend time.
Oh, don't worry. My cousin Samile's an expert at dealing with dead things.
That sounds so bad.
Are you Samuel?
But it's what you do.
Boomy chuckles a bit.
It's a very niche and important skill in this particular location, Samael.
Having
Should be
this
proud.
kind of skill, yeah, Theozander, that is what you said your name was, correct?
Yes, yes. Excellent pronunciation.
Oh, thank you. Theozander is quite correct. You would have a place amongst my order or amongst our uh, sister order, the Silent Sages.
Oh,
There is always a need for those willing to escort the shades of the dead to their final resting place in the great beyond.
I hadn't thought about it like that before.
Being a
Uh,
psychocomp is a very sacred duty, um, and not one that we take lightly. And it isn't for everyone, but it's an important job, especially in this time of peace. You know, when everyone's processing what
mm,
they've lost.
mm.
And it's not just talking to ghosts, it's also talking to the living who have been left behind and helping them find resolution to what they need.
Okay. Yeah.
I will be back with more blankets later. Don't forget to start your bonfire.
I can help with that.
Use the candle to do it.
Oh,
Oh, I was
but
going to teach some household
you
fire
kill me
magic.
first. That'd be funner.
No,
See-
we need the candle. The candle lets us know who's dead.
Louise, hold on. You want to see a trick?
Yeah, I do. I do.
And Syria says, "Okay, watch closely." And she holds up both her paws, and then reaches into the fire. And I'm gonna use my fire one to pull a mote of flame from it and light the bonfire with that.
Whoosh. And the fire just booms. Uh, and she just, oh, that was incredible.
Syria smiles and says, "See, I have a little bit of magic too. It's not with dead people, but I'm really good at lighting things up.
Lights up a room. She's good at it.
Yeah.
Since, mechanically speaking, Louise is an extension of Baloo.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to give one of your tokens to Baloo?
Yes, I would like to give one
Because,
of my tokens to Baloo. Mm-hmm.
okay, all right.
I think Baloo would immediately use that token to smile at both Louise and Surya as he starts taking out his cabinet drawer and a pot and some water. And he is going to use water one to spend a token and prepare a pot of tea.
It's in this moment, Theozander and Surya.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's interesting because some of you have traveled together before, and some of you are aware of each other's magical abilities. But I think this is the first time, Theozander, at least for you, that you have seen others have the deep magic. And you sensed it. You sensed it with the spark. And same thing for you, Surya. You've heard about Baloo's famous tea, but it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to take that at face value. But this is water magic.
Oh.
This is sacred.
The
And
water, the water just gently swirls, and he adds little pinches of little spices, a little nutmeg, a little saffron, a little pepper, just a bit, and some salt, and just will the water will kind of reach up to his claw, and he will just swirl it, and there is just a continuous as all of the smells from all of the spices lift up into the air and are carried across. And this is a bottomless pot of tea which can feed as many people as want to sample.
take a token for doing something kind and not expecting anything in return. And also take a token for describing a tiny moment of beauty to the table.
Syria's fascinated by this water magic. It's the coolest thing she's ever seen.
Boomy is
Uh,
slowly
if
lighting all of the candles and lanterns
Mm-hmm.
that are not lit in the area as this tea is being brewed and served.
and as he will pour tea into little cups that he pulls out. They're earthen cups, and at the first sip, any aches, pains, or nausea, any anxiety, depression, or heartache simmers away, replaced by a sense of peace.
Oh.
Ricardo,
Mhm.
I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What simmers away for you in this moment that you're drinking this wonderful warm tea, that you're getting a chance to clean up, that Samael, if Samael wishes, gets to mess with the stitches? What is easing away in this moment?
Hmm. Well, particularly for Ricardo in this moment, while the Raven, I can't recall the name, it's
Kyra.
Kira. Kyra.
Kira, yeah.
Yeah, Kyra was talking about being this place being a place of respect and being a psychopath, and the way that people come over to be with you on pyre and all of this. Ricardo was remembering the celebrations that are held at the Mariposa Fairgrounds during this time, which are all about creating a whole banquet in which some of the people are said to come back from the dead to join you one last time during a whole meal. A celebration that, as far as he knows, is only held in the Mariposa Fairgrounds, and many candles are placed as well on the entire place. And at that moment, he was remembering the last time that they were all at their house, like talking about all the lost people at the war there, especially his grandma that passed away trying to protect the Mariposa Fairgrounds. And while drinking the tea, that sort of somberness and remembrance that he was having just faded away momentarily to have him show his entire teeth again with all his happiness.
Samael, when you sip the tea, what sloughs away for you? Oh, that word. What
It's a
what
difficult word.
drifts away for you?
I think for Samael, now he's usually tired and a bit jumpy. I think as he's drinking this tea, that kind of, well, a lot of that anxiety and the tiredness kind of drifts away because it's like, yeah, okay, sure, maybe some of this is scary or whatever, but they're just trying to see who's here when there's usually nobody here. And that's not super scary.
I have one question for you, Hector.
Yeah.
Are fish considered scary in Haith?
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason
So,
why
mhm.
is because they could be sentient, they could be daemons, they could grant wishes, they could be pulling a trick on you. Now, they do eat fish and heist. You do eat seafood. But fishing is kind of like it's kind of like fishing with a Ouija board.
Mhm.
You never know if you're going to get like a sentient wish granting trickster daemon instead of fish to feed your family. So every time spin casters go out fishing, it's literally a roll of the dice.
Okay, in that case, I want to. Is it possible to hide something away from someone else, like the movie is saying, but it's
Yeah.
something from the environment instead of me? I'm hiding them knowing something,
Oh.
preventing someone from knowing.
Ah, okay. What do you want to
I'm missing
do?
the two
Pitch it to
in.
me.
Okay,
Pitch it
I'm
to me.
thinking that while Balu is preparing the tea in the kettle and all of it, while he pops open the top part so you can
Mhm.
partly see the water inside, Ricardo sees the shape of a fish swimming in the water.
Yes.
And because
Yes.
he's tempted by the whole situation that he never met a demon before, he will not say a word.
Yes. You can see it, the reflection of the daemon in the water, just kind of swirling around. Not an actual physical fish, but like the shape of it and the reflections of the light.
May I add that the reflections of the light make it look almost starry in a way?
Mm. Would you like to spend a token to see what the small and forgotten gods tell you?
Who is that directed at?
That's directed at Ricardo.
Okay.
Okay. First and foremost, by doing that, I'm giving a token to Addy because it's part of the move.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we will. And in which way would I be able to know more about these forgotten gods? Am I like leaning towards the water or something like that?
Yes. So the way we would do it is you would spend the token and you would listen. Because the move is listen to the wisdom of the small and forgotten gods, and the table tells you what it says. So you would spend a token, you would listen to this fish, this
Danger.
daemon,
It's tempting.
and then the
I'm
rest
doing
of the
it.
table would tell you what it says.
Okay, I'm doing it.
You're
I'm
doing
putting
it?
myself in
Okay.
danger, of course.
All right. Everyone, the ancient daemon that is under the ground of this place, Ricardo is listening to it. What do we as a table think that it is saying or offering?
I'm going to be the possessed child.
Fortunately, that is on our list of things that we're not really doing, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Double check your palette grid.
Sorry.
You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about what this thing is offering.
Mhm.
So, what do
Mm.
you all think would be interesting?
I think that maybe the fish daemon is gonna make some kind of offer of maybe like whatever might interest Ricardo the most in this moment. I feel like it might be seeing ghosts or seeing like something wild and interesting.
Becoming a ghost for the night.
Becoming a ghost for the night. That would be a good one.
I think one thing that Ricardo definitely hears is, "Come deeper into the mists."
Yes.
Yeah. What do you want to contribute, Samael?
Put me in danger.
Let's do
Give me the-
that.
I think contributing to the come into the mists, come away is also I can show you something deeper than the deep, beyond the
Ooh.
beyond.
Okay.
Wouldn't you
Into
like
the
to see?
unknown.
Yes. What
There
do
are
you
no
Nice
think?
stars here. The sky is empty. Do you want
Do you
to
think
see
that's
them? Do you know
Oh.
where they are?
Oh, the
Ooh,
empty
I love that.
sky. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's like a
So
promise of
all-
something you've never seen before, right?
Yeah.
Correct. I agree.
Yes. All of these whispers and temptations reach out into your mind, and you can hear it echoing and promising in this moment. And then the voice is startlingly cut off by Baloo putting a lid on the pot. What do you do?
Baloo, can I get some tea from there?
Of course, Ricardo.
I mean, I
Nothing.
want to pour it myself because I want to learn from you. He's definitely.
Innate dad sense goes off and just goes like, sus. Like,
Yeah. You can see it all over his face.
Ricardo,
Hmm?
is there something you want to tell us?
I want tea.
Hmm.
You
All
usually
right.
don't like to pour it though, because usually you burn your hands. So just be careful.
to
Please?
moisten my skin.
What? How does burning your hands moisten your skin?
I don't know. I want to try.
I think Surya goes to Theo and kind of taps him on the shoulder gently and says, Does Ricardo seem off to you? I mean, more than usual, that is.
I was expecting
I
that.
think it's the same amount of usual that is still cause for awareness in people around him. I don't think nodding to Surya, Thea will kind of flap over to Ricardo and say, well, the thing with practicing, it's always good to practice in a lower stakes environment first. So why don't you show me your tea pouring um, technique? Just like an air guitar, an air tea pour, and then
Immediately.
Baloo can provide you with some tips. And
While
just play
you're
out the whole thing for me, Ricardo. Exactly. I want to hear the sound of the water. I want to see you drink and what's going to happen when you drink. And so Thea's trying to pull out like, what's Ricardo getting at here? What is he hoping for? Hoping that he'll
while
role
you're
play.
talking at that moment, Ricardo was about to grab the kettle, and he looks straight at you with a terrified face, looking at your gigantic eyebrow, and saying, "Is it okay?"
I think, yeah, Theo takes sort of a half a step back and he says, it's okay to try new things, of course,
Okay.
but this is a special teapot, and this is very sacred and important to Baloo.
Yes,
So
yes, of course.
yeah, show me your technique first with the air kettle,
You open the
and then we can
kettle,
go from
you
there.
look
Yeah.
straight at it,
Mm-hmm.
and you see him trying to put his head like in this small space of the kettle hole.
I would, I would like.
axolotl hanging by from bear paw.
Wait, hold on. Surya, what would you like to
Yes,
do?
I would like to spend a token to reveal
Yes.
something that's hidden. I think that's what it is. It's reveal something hidden about the person in front of you and ask them what it is. And I think that
Ooh.
Surya, because Surya is like in Theo's like brilliant move of getting Ricardo to act out like what he wants to do. Surya's like, okay, something's wrong here. Surya picks up on it. And and she sort of looks at. She tilts her head to the side a little bit and like kind of reaches out for Samuel, like, hey, something like in that way that like you're trying to exchange information without wording it, and says, Ricardo, I don't think that's how you pour tea. Do you want to tell me what's really going on here? Something doesn't feel right.
Well, I've met all kinds of animals recently, and I'm Keith, and I've met an owl, I've met a cat, I've met a bear. I want to meet a fish.
But there are no fish in tea kettles. Or there shouldn't be.
Is there a
Now
fish?
Samuel wants to put his head in the kettle.
The opposite of what needs to happen.
The
For more,
opposite of what needs to happen. I'm going to say I'm going to make a setting move to remind everyone of what lies below. And as you go to look in the tea kettle, you see the reflection of the fish.
Mm.
Is this something we can feel
Put it
as
back
well?
on the kettle.
Just quietly, like, nope.
What was it that you asked, Surya? Is this
Oh, I
something
was
you-
saying, is it also something that we can feel as well,
you
in
can
addition
feel
to?
its presence, and anyone that is around, because this is a universal move, can see. It's not just Ricardo that can see it. You can see and it's reflected, it's shimmering in the light, but it's in the form of a fish, almost like spectral, swimming in the tea.
Oh, well, I guess there is a fish in the tea, isn't it? Isn't there?
But there's not supposed to be.
Definitely not.
Hmm. What can we learn from this? Why? And I think Theo's coming over and peering in and looking at the fish, and because sometimes they're sentient and sometimes they're not, and
Mhm.
it's pyre as well. Is this fish maybe it was alive and now it's dead? Like there's a lot of possible layers, and I think he's just looking in like with his beak and his enormous eyebrows, and he's just going to try talking to the fish, and go, hello in there. Uh, how can we help you? Um, and I'm gonna spend a token to allow this fish to connect with me on a personal level, and maybe that's gonna be terrifying, but
Time to make friends with the fish.
You're making
At,
friends with fish.
Yay!
at this point, the fish, the spectral light form of the fish, leaps out of the tea. And you can all smell, all of a sudden, you're kind of all overwhelmed by the comforting aroma of the tea. And that fades away as the fish expands and turns and takes on an enormous form made of solid mist. And the fish swims around your camp as if you were all underwater. And this happens in a matter of moments, right? Like almost like a flash. And then it slows down. And when I say massive, I mean like almost like whale sized, right? Like all around you. And then you see this daemon's, this fish-like entity's face, and it's almost like it's carved out of mist. Like it's solid, and there's like lines of like blue light like reflecting from the full moon, and it's also kind of like you see like scales, like almost like golden scales reflecting off of the fire that you created, Saria, almost like it's reflecting your inner fire magic, um because that's what you use to light the bonfire. And it's looking at you, Xander, and it tilts its head and it asks a question. Do you worry about what you will leave behind? And with that, we're going to go to break. I'm going to give you some time
Oh my god.
to think about your answer and how you want to interact with this ancient daemon ghost entity.
This is fine.
well
Could,
played.
could,
Doing
could
great.
we
Well
could we
played.
also could we also say that Balu has dived to cover and protect Louise and Bhumi? Just
100%.
cool,
100%. That's our
cool.
tableau. You're covering Louise and Boomy. Xander, you're face to face.
Uh...
I was so ready to run into the mist.
I probably still get a chance.
Yes.
Yeah, it could still happen.
It could still happen. And with that, we're gonna take like a 10-minute break. Please, everyone get up, stretch, get some water, and when we return, we will be speaking to the ancient daemon sleeping beneath the thousand candles necropolis.
Ba-ba-ba.
Hello, everyone. We are back on our Wanderhome journey, where a massive fish daemon spirit made of mist and light has locked eyes with Theozander and is surrounding the group's encampment. And it has asked the question, do you worry about what you will leave behind?
And I think from Theozander's point of view, like the mist has like circled round and round their little camp and like blotted out, like slowly one by one, blotted out the other travelers until there's like just this giant fish eyes, like taking up Theozander's entire field of vision. And so he's just looking at this giant eye, which is maybe glowing a ghostly color in the mist. And I think it's almost mirroring because like 20 frogmouths also have like enormous eyes, and his are magnified again with the glasses. So there's this almost like eye to eye connection, and I think um, he almost feels like he's been transported elsewhere as he looks at this daemon, and just at first he just like kind of nods in almost kind of like a hypnotized way before starting to speak, and I think he says something like, "I always fear the impact that I will leave behind on my students. Will they remember me fondly? Will what I have taught mattered, or will they need to discard my lessons when they grow up?"
It is something difficult to struggle with.
Yeah, it's as a teacher, it's kind of everything. And I know to avoid answering that question, I could stop being a teacher. But then what would I be?
Hmm. My many centuries of existence, I have always felt and experienced that we can be whatever we set our mind to be. But then again, I'm trapped and buried here. So what would I know?
Do you not want to be here?
It's what's familiar now. And the dead that come here offer me a strange comfort.
The familiar can be a trap unto itself.
Can. Why did you
Well,
call to me? You seem wise, and typically the wise do not reach out to me, only the foolish.
hmm. I wonder if that says more about me or about you. I'll have to unpack that later. But for
Per-
now, I reached out of curiosity. A teacher's greatest strength, I think.
Are you trying to protect the others?
Do they need protection from me?
Hmm. Answering a question with a question. That's my trick.
Maybe you're also a teacher.
I was planning on showing the oxalotl something that they had never seen before.
You would like that a lot.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
It seems to me that you enjoy a little bit of chaos. And I wonder if there's a way that this chaos could be created in a way that is also safe. I understand you're a very powerful being, and I think that would be within your power.
I I think it would. I have never really cared about safety before. But then again, no one's ever thought to ask. Everyone's always willing to take risks. And I love that about the people of Hythe. But it's part of the reason why I was sealed away here. Safe chaos, you say?
Hmm. Risks are how we learn, and safety is how we learn again tomorrow.
All right then. Chaos it is. Every single one of you. And at this point, all of you suddenly are pulled into that same liminal space that Theozander is in. And Sria, in particular, you feel your hand being held by Louise, and Louise is with you.
She gives her hand a squeeze back.
And you, Baloo, Boomy is at your side, holding you protectively.
I'm the small spoon.
But Samael and Ricardo, you are by yourselves, just like Theozander is. The daemon of the mists, the daemon of the deep beneath the necropolis, looks at all of you and poses a single question. And if you answer this question, you know in your heart that he will give you all a special treat. Will you tell us a story no one else could tell? And then your vision fills with mist, and you're all around the fire again.
Surya looks down to see if Louise is still there, and also for Samael after that.
The mist is cleared away. The bonfire is going. The pumpkin is filled with treats. The extra blankets have been delivered with a little note from Kyra saying, "I will join you before. I will join you at before moonset." And you're all sitting around the fire. Are we having
So-
story time?
I guess so. Is everyone okay? That
Well-
encounter can be kind of scary or intense.
Surya touches her hands. I'm all in one piece. Samael, are you okay?
My tail's still attached, yes.
Whew, okay. How's everyone else? Are you all in one
Ricardo?
piece?
I'm here.
Mama
Okay.
Bumia is fine. That was a little unsettling. Louise is like, that demon was really scary.
He sure
Why did
was.
why did he want us to tell us a story that no one else could tell?
What does he mean by no one else? I don't know very many stories that no one else does.
Well, maybe we could tell a story of our adventures? That's something that no one else might know.
Louise
I,
says,
I,
that makes perfect sense. We should share one of our own stories about something that maybe the others don't know about.
Right.
given that everyone is a little nervous after that encounter, uh, Balu is going to take a quick look around and then sigh, and he's going to spend 2 tokens to
You still have
reach.
your tea. Remember, you still have the tea.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The tea is still there, but I am going to spend 2 tokens to make, like, go into his pockets, and there's going to be a glow, and as he pulls out two beautiful peaches, which he will then uh, hold out, and there's a luminous glow that comes from their uh, absolute ripe orange sweet pinkness, and he will gently cut them up very quickly with a little knife and hold out a slice of this peach to everyone. Um, its taste is sweet, soft, rich, and deep, a better peach than any king has ever feasted upon. It is enough to warm the body on a cold night, soothe the restless heart of nervous souls, and cease the aching pain of tired joints. Uh, just so that we are in a better place to answer the spirit.
Thank you.
Well, I will break the ice, Mama Boomy says. Many years ago, I became very, very ill. And I left this world. I was like the shades that we have all met on the road. And Louise pipes up. And many years later, because I learned that Lou had lost Boomy, and I met a powerful ancient, I don't know, god, spirit of the forest named Velashku. And Saria, you know that name. That's the name of the ancient legendary being that Mortimer Mortimer's partner, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron the Heron,
You met it
had
too?
written a song about.
Yes.
Yep, written a song
Mm-hmm.
about, and the one that Mortimer had studied. Like, you recognize it. It's weird hearing it from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I, Velashku was granting us all wishes.
Oh.
So I very impulsively, not understanding the importance of needing to let go, wished for her to come back. Boomy takes over while holding Louise's hand with a, a weight of compassion and understanding. And I came back to this world, given a second chance at life. And it was not easy. I had already moved on. Baloo had moved on. The world had changed, and I felt lost. And in some ways, I still do. But I am here now. My home is the road. And I am coming to understand the blessing that I have been given and how it is not something that either of us should have taken so lightly. And that is mine and Louise's story that couldn't be told by anyone else but us. I know now that impulsive things sometimes have a cost. I didn't ask her if she wanted to come back, and I should have. My heart was in the right place, but I should have thought before I acted. And that's the story that only we could tell.
Balu would
Theozander.
just Balu would just like sweep Louise up into a hug and like nuzzle her into his chest.
Love you, Papa.
He's just like, patting her back and looking at Boomy and just like chuckling. Not that I'm complaining.
Who would like to go next? I will pour
Just
everyone some tea while we tell stories. And Boomy gets up and starts refilling everyone's cups.
I'm going to go refill my water.
Yep. All right. We'll see you in a bit.
I think that just before the refill, to thank Boomy and Louise for the story, Theozander would like raise his little mug of tea and say, "To love,
To love.
to love," and then get the refill.
Mr. Theosander, are there any stories you know?
Ooh, I know many stories. You'd have to whittle it down for me. Is there anything that you're excited to hear?
What about your favorite student?
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
me?
I don't have one of those. I have
Ah,
no favorites. Tricky
Oh,
there. I see where you're going for.
what about your most difficult student? The hardest one
Mhm.
to teach?
Ah, yes, I know exactly who that is. I won't name names, but my most difficult student, we met when the student was quite young. We've known each other for a very long time. And this student was difficult to teach because they were so unsure of themselves. Anytime they would, ask a brilliant question or uncover something or put, two pieces of a puzzle together, a realization, they would always say, "Oh, but that's not that impressive. Anyone could have done that." Or, "I bet people younger than me already figured that out." And yeah, it was very difficult to teach this person the skills that they had and let them realize that as a teacher, my job is to guide and uncover the skills that my students have or are passionate to gain. And this student had a lot of passion and they're very excited about a lot of things, but they're always so unsure. So that is my most difficult student. And I think
Wow.
what I've learned from teaching this student is that this student's now an adult and they're still having these struggles. So if any of you folks are having these struggles, that's a very normal thing to go through. And I think what I learned most from this student, as a teacher learns from their students as well, is that the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves are the most powerful ones.
Take a token. And in that moment, appearing in your lap is a tiny little parcel.
Fish gift.
You
Yes,
open it.
Yeah, I like pick it up and sort of place it in the firelight so everyone can kind of watch, and I'll open it up.
You open it up, and it is a box of your favorite candies from a candy
Mm.
shop explicitly from where you grew up.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
And considering how long you've been on the road, how would these have gotten here?
Magic.
god.
These are fair. We've got raspberry rock candy. We've got various kinds of chocolate. Yeah, oh, you should taste if if raspberries agree with your stomach and no one's dairy intolerant, then you have a taste. This I recommend this one followed by this one, and you should put these two together at the same time.
Okay.
It's an experience.
Okay.
Who would like to go next? And I'm asking as the guide, not as any of the kids.
Mhm.
They are right now they are distracted by candy and providing tea.
Hmm. Maybe I could try to go next.
All right.
Okay.
What kind of story does Ricardo share with the group while you're enjoying some of the treats that Theozander just had appear in his lap?
Okay, so Ricardo is trying to speak while he keeps putting more candies in his mouth, and it's becoming more and more difficult to speak the more he puts in.
Mm.
I'm just imagining what's that game where you put too many marshmallows in your mouth and you try to say something?
Chai
Yeah.
Candy just kind of falling out of Ricardo's mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he starts talking by saying, "So there is this young child that once lived in a place that is maybe far from here. I don't know, and he wanted to meet the world and try to make a new home. It's not necessarily me. Maybe it's another child." And there is this, he wanted to know what the world is really about and why people can at moments be naive, why at moments they don't tell you stuff about real life, why they keep you without knowing anything, meaning that you have to stumble into all the things yourself because they think that you are a child and you're not a child. And maybe at times you don't know if you're really a child or you're grown up, or 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 what you are. And at times it becomes difficult to know that when you start to understand that people are different and they can decide to be whatever they want, not what they set you to be, or stay in one single place your whole life, even if they love you. Freedom can at times be different and allow you to grow by letting you free at times. It's important. And I and Ricardo starts to wonder with his eyes elsewhere. I at moments wonder if I am really uh, a man, or if I'm something else, or if I am I don't know. So what I'm trying to say is that I am trying to leave behind being using the he pronoun to better explore myself. I have not said it to anyone before because I don't fully understand about that and I don't really know who I am and I want to know better and I don't know how to know better.
Maybe we can try different ones just to see how they feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works for me.
Once
Also,
again,
maybe cut you out of the ghost costume too.
Yeah, I need to get out of that.
It's easier to move your arms then.
as you shimmy out of the ghost costume, the first thing that you see once you're free of it is a package. Do you open it?
Yes.
When you open it up, it is a bunch of homemade candies. It was particularly the kind of candies that your abuela would make for you,
Oh,
that you haven't had since she passed.
He drops into full tears and snot starts coming out and he
oh.
starts unwrapping them whole. Well, some of them he, without even unwrapping them, he just puts them into his mouth. Uh, um,
Just rubbing a hand on the back.
Yeah.
Slow down, buddy.
Very warm.
Watch out for the plastic.
Don't choke.
he picks out some candy wrapper. You take it, Theo Sander.
I'll just collect the rubbish over here. We'll use my empty box.
Do you
Do
want?
you want some?
Oh, sure. What would you recommend?
This one is from chocolate. This one is for chocolate, but it is a bit darker. Not in taste, but in color. And this one has a smiley face.
Oh, I've got to get the smiley
The,
face.
the smiley face has a different flavor because it tastes like happiness.
Oh.
It's a happiness.
It is.
That's what my nana used to say, my abuela. And you need one of them, and one for you as well, Samael.
So you gotta
And
try
he
the
starts
happiness
going
one.
over everyone.
Okay. And I think Saria splits her happiness chocolate in half to share with Samael.
And it does. It really tastes like happiness. Like,
Aw.
it's when you eat it, whatever memory that brings your character the most happiness suddenly just comes to the front of your mind. It's like, whatever, when a particular taste evokes a memory, it's like that. Samuel, Surya, and Adi.
Who? Who?
Oh, Baloo.
Baloo.
Do you share stories by the fire that only you can tell?
I think Samael will, but I'm just not sure yet what he would share.
Oh, okay.
I also think Saria would, but I think she would share something that happened between her and Samael, if that
Okay.
would count. And she's going to share the story of how they confronted a soul who was discontent at the Mariposa Fairgrounds, and how they were able to, between not just Samael, but between their friends as well, they were all able to help the spirits find a resting place. And she talks about how they did it and how they persuaded it to return to where it came from, and how afterwards they created a little altar and filled it with candles for those who had passed at the Mariposa Fairgrounds from the war. And and she makes a specific point to talk about how brave Samael was. So she's sitting there. She's like, yeah, and my cousin was really great and faced it down all by himself. And his mask even changed. So it doesn't look like, because it didn't look like that before. And I helped.
You helped a lot. You helped a lot. Don't let her downplay all the things she did. She did so much.
And
Oh, we all did it together.
Yeah.
there is a beautiful realization that comes to you, Ricardo, as you're kind of absorbing this story and eating the candy. It kind of hits you like a bolt of lightning. You and Samael can go home. Maybe not to stay, maybe not to call it home. You could come back
Is it?
with your best friend. Is that the expression? Just this
Yes,
little
yes.
yeah.
He goes right there and hugs Samael.
Yeah, okay.
We need to go back sometime, visit our family. And do you feel like doing that sometime?
Yes, but after. I'm not sure I want to go back for Candlemas yet, but after, maybe.
Whenever you want. I'll be ready.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you, because if you hadn't come with me, I probably wouldn't have figured any of this out.
Yeah, but you kidnapped me.
I did
You
not!
said what?
I did not!
There is just
Everyone says he did, but I didn't!
Samael, you
Movie's
can't just
like,
go
I
around
love-
kidnapping people.
I love the way he tells the story. It's so great. Booby turns and looks at you, Baloo. My love, let's give Samael some more time to collect their thoughts. Do you have a story you want to share?
I do.
Oh, I'm sorry, precious. And Boomy reaches over and puts a supportive, like motherly
wanna go
hand
first?
on you. I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you want to go now?
Samael would tell a good story.
I'm not very good at stories.
Come on, Samael, you can do it. And she reaches out and pats your hand.
And as you say that and you pat Samael's hand, a package appears on your lap, and your firefly leans a little closer and illuminates it.
Oh. She looks at the box for a minute and says, okay, Samael, if I open this and it explodes, just know that you're in range.
Can it explode?
I don't know. We're going to find out. She pops it open.
So do you remember that incredibly delicious marzipan that you
Yes.
ate at the Four Quarters Academy with Mortimer and the professors? It's a whole tin of that.
Samael, it's the candies that I saved for you. You remember?
Yeah!
She immediately says, and it didn't explode. Yay! And she
Explode.
She reaches in and grabs a marzipan and hands one to Samuel first, and then holds one out to Louise too, and says, "You gotta try these. These are so good."
Oh, so much candy. This is my
Yeah.
favorite holiday.
It's fine. We're gonna sugar this kid up. It's gonna be.
Gremlin. You're already a gremlin. You're gonna be more of a gremlin. Oh my gosh.
Gremlin
All the two are
forever.
high.
Gremlin forever. And then once she's given, she offers some to everyone else as well. To
And it goes great with
Ricardo.
it pairs wonderfully with the tea. Like
Yeah.
it is so good.
She offers one to Ricardo and to Theo and to Baloo and Boomy. And then once everyone has had taken a piece, she takes one for herself and finally eats one. So, these are so good.
So who tells a story next as you are enjoying tea and marzipan?
I think Samael actually, in this time, fishes out that old loot that Claude had gifted.
Yeah.
Um, when we first left, me and Ricardo, we stopped in at Claude's Inn. It's Outlander's Rest. It's right there on the edge of the fairgrounds. But
Oh.
he gave me this loot, and it's a very nice loot, even though it's not like really fancy or anything.
Mhm.
And he showed me how to play a song on it. It goes kind of like this. And he plays a tune that's like, it's gently upbeat and friendly, warm, inviting kind of thing. And for a long time, I can play the notes, and I just didn't get it, and I think I'm starting to get it now,
Yay.
which is to say I'm glad he helped us out. I'm so glad he helped us out, but it was hard to play because I couldn't remember what that felt like until after I'd been on the road for a bit with you, Papa, and you, Mama Boomy, and Ricardo, and well, then with Kovala and you, Surya, and Azalea, and everybody. And I think at this point he's kind of got tears coming out of his eyes. It's like, I don't know why I'm crying. This is silly. But I'm glad that I met you all because it helped me remember what I forgot. And that was what having family was like.
I would
Okay.
like.
Okay.
I would like to spend a token to ease someone's pain, even if for a moment. And I think Surya is going to just wrap Samuel in a big old hug and just say,
You get that
It's-
hug, we'll be back.
"Yeah, it's okay, Samuel. We know it took you a while, but you remembered what you forgot, just like you said." So,
I think
Oh,
I
go
think Baloo would just reach over and with big paw ruffle Samael's head and just like he is ugly crying at this point, like
Aw.
like
We're all just
constant
crying
scream.
fools over here.
Yeah. But he would just say, "I did tell you that I trusted you to take care of yourselves and come back."
I remember that too.
In a flash of mist, package appears right next to the loot.
Very gingerly open it up because, of course, ginger about it.
It's the homemade candies. I think it was at Taffy? The homemade candies made by Sula?
Oh, yeah.
I think they were.
Oh, yeah, it was saltwater taffy. Yep.
Mhm.
It's the homemade saltwater taffies from Auntie Sula.
You remember these ones too.
Yeah.
Why do we have a
You,
decent friend?
Ricardo, you haven't seen those in so long. You remember Auntie Sula making those.
So long ago.
For the audience, Sula is a weasel, healer, and apothecary. She's from the Mariposa Fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Your pile of pyre candy is getting bigger and bigger.
I'm going to have to share these with everybody else, I think.
Yeah. We don't think we can eat this much candy.
Do we win something by getting the most candy?
Yeah, having the most candy.
Oh, well, Louise, I don't think it's a good idea if you eat all the candy.
You're so
Oh no,
small.
we have to save some for the road.
Right. Yep. For the
And
road.
share with everyone else who comes to our camp.
Oh yeah, we should do that. Even the ghosts? Always the ghosts, Mama Boomy says, like with a very firm, like it's the most serious that you have ever heard Mama Boomy be.
They like sweet stuff too.
Samael explains to Louise.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It just kind of goes over her head, like even after telling the story, she's still 10. Um, and people are kind of going by, right, just to give everyone a little bit of a breather. People, pilgrims swing by, kids in costumes with little buckets, and you're able to hand out some of the candy, um, while Baloo is collecting his thoughts.
Mm.
What story do you finally tell after you've had some time to
I
contemplate?
think I think Balu, on seeing his extended family and his family uh, all together, I think he would, with wiping tears away, he would be smiling at Luis, and I don't know if you would remember this one, little one, but before, when I first found you, you were sleeping in your house alone. And given what was happening, I could not think of anything else but to take you with me. But that was after I'd lost my love. And he would look to Bhumi and give a kind of watery smile, and then look back to Luis and kind of, hold his hands out to kind of beckon her to him.
Louise scampers over and takes your hand with a warm smile.
And uh, he would, there's a little hop, and it's that usual thing where she would scramble over his head and
Mm-hmm.
kind of sit on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And back then I had no idea how to deal with a young child, especially one that was as special as you, because I had lost my light. I did not know. But then a friend of both of ours, Baga, told me that there is still beauty in this world. And in the night, told us to go to a glade where there was one lone tree. It was a dark night. No moon, no stars, and it was quiet. Baga told me to go up to the tree, listen, offer some honey, and then clap. I don't know if you remember this, but when I did, the tree burst into light, for it was a dead tree, but kept in the light by the herd of fireflies that had taken it as its home. The fireflies split, exploded, and the night was filled with light, and that was the first time, little one, that I saw you smile. And that was what brought beauty back into my life.
Take a token. And in a wisp of mist, there is a package in your lap. Of candies. Candies that you remember making Louise. It was the same candies that you first made for Louise as a birthday gift for the first year you were together. Will you tell the audience what those candies were for us, Baloo?
They are a mix of different sugar-coated fruit that are dried and have a little sprig of mint, a little sprig of rosemary, and the little sprigs of the herbs are the bases of the candies, so they're shaped like the leaves of those herbs. Because even then, I knew that too much sugar would be too bad for you, so. Well, what are you waiting for? They're
Oh,
yours.
yay! Candy. The candies are there, and
Be
there's something.
sure to offer them to everyone. Make sure that your sister Samael and Ricardo get them as well.
Oh, of
Brother
course.
Samael and Ricardo get them as well.
Right. And Louise proceeds to help distribute Baloo's candies to everyone. And this candy is not just meaningful to everyone individually, but there is something just really special. Um, every pilgrim that passes you through the night that takes some of this candy, if they when they start eating it, or if they eat a piece on the way, they immediately wave back at you with a grateful smile. And
It's that bear meme, like
yeah,
uh,
yeah, just oh, it's so good. Uh, everyone is just like warm. The candy is delicious. And eventually, Kyra joins you. Maybe around midnight. I'm going to say Louise is sugar crashed and is asleep amongst the bedrolls. Uh, Mama Boomy decides to lay out some bedrolls for everybody, and setting out the extra blankets, because it is a chilly night, or at least it's starting to get chilly as you're, going into Firetop. And Kyra comes back, in her white robes and comes over to sit by the fire. Uh, I didn't see any of you all on walkabout. Is everything okay?
We had a small visit from a big fish.
What Sam said?
Very
The,
big fish.
the daemon of the necropolis came to visit you.
Yes. Well, technically, Theo specifically, I guess.
I think.
I think it was kind of all of us. I just kind of made the first move.
Oh.
Well, it certainly explains why everyone has been raving about the confections that you have. I've been kind of scratching my head because I don't particularly remember uh, giving you all anything special other than what we usually leave. And,
Right.
but I'm glad that you're all uh, getting a chance to enjoy the festival. I'm sorry that the daemon has bothered you. I know that they can be quite scary, and
It was startling, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
well,
Nothing we
think
couldn't
we're all okay.
handle.
I mean, we're still here, and we still have all of our everything.
Yep.
well,
Nobody has extra, like, fins or things.
and Elor hasn't come back to
Nope.
bother any of you.
No, I
No.
don't think I've seen a lore.
Okay. Thank the small and forgotten gods for that. uh,
But, Sage Kyra, I must ask. There was a friend that fell, and one that I would have wanted to meet again. For he would have loved to meet Louise. Is Kamazos around?
Truth bearer. He is. In fact, he's been wandering around. Uh,
Balu
I will,
has a very old and nostalgic smile on his face.
if you wish to pay him respects, I will tell him that you're looking for him.
Oh,
Can I come too?
oh yes, oh yes. The old bat would definitely love to have met you as well.
Well, I can take you directly to him. He is probably meditating by his resting place and feasting on candy. If the rest of you like to remain here or join me for a walkabout, you're more than welcome to.
Come, 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 come. I am old and I am ready to walk. All you young ones must come.
I'm ready to walk.
I
I
will,
haven't finished my candy.
I will watch
Huh.
over Louise. You all enjoy your walkabout. I will be here, and I will also keep the tea warm.
Okay.
And she
She,
goes over and
he will just lean and place forehead against hers,
she places
and
her forehead against yours in reciprocation and puts your face in her hands and gives you a delicate kiss.
Oh.
I will see you when you come back, my love.
the 40-year-old becomes a teen again, has a goofy smile on his face. and he would turn around with a skip in his spring, and I think take
A
take
skip in his spring.
A
yeah,
skip in a
yeah,
spring, a
that
A
one,
spring in a
that
skip in
one,
skip.
his spring.
that
Yes.
one. Sorry, he like my wife just kissed me. Okay, like
He's
I'm
sorry.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Fair.
Super
Yeah.
exciting.
Super
Yeah.
exciting. Something that you notice, Saria, as you make your way on the road is
Yes.
that your firefly's light is wonderfully bright and illuminating and really keeps the path like easy for everyone to see.
Okay.
You
Oh.
know,
Hmm.
Kyra says, the first psychopomps were actually originally members of the Order of the Firelight. How long have
Really?
you? Yeah,
Oh.
they illuminate firelights illuminate all paths, not just the ones through forests, not just the ones through city, not just the ones through caves. They illuminate paths between worlds.
Oh.
They light the way in the darkness.
I've done that before with
Very excited to meet you,
Samael.
Light.
It is not something all firelights do, but it is. We came from your order.
Oh. Well, I haven't been a firelight very long. This firefly was given to me. It was a present.
Oh, what an amazing present to be gifted.
I still haven't come up with a name for them yet. Nothing that I think of seems quite right.
Everything important comes in time. Just make sure to give them a name. There is no more lonely and sad a being than the nameless dead.
Yeah. And her face like kind of looks like a little bit compassionate towards her firefly. She wants to give it a name, but she genuinely just hasn't found the right one. And she like kind of holds it like you would hold something very precious and says, "Don't worry. I'll give you a name. The right one will come."
You come upon a beautiful, massive monument. And in front of the monument, sitting on the steps, or excuse me, mausoleum, I should say, like a big
Oh.
building, and sitting on the steps leading up to the double doors of the mausoleum, wearing a mask of let me tell you what kind of mask it is. Like a mask of like a bat,
Mm-hmm.
a smiling bat, but a
Mm-hmm.
caricature of it. Um, is is this tall, kind of svelte, V-shaped torso, uh, dark brown furred, like fruit bat. That is just has like a bowl filled with various candies, and under the mask is just sort of eating them, and they he like looks up. He's wearing what looks to be like a uniform of sorts, but not like a high kind of high collared, side button, no epaulets, but just kind of cut, fitted, but comfortable, and then sturdy trousers with like pockets, like kind of like cargo pants, but there's no like camouflage, right? It's just like a solid color, and it's like a smattering of like kind of gray and black, the kind that you could wear to like blend into like urban environments. And but there is one like splash of color. And he's wearing a a solid black sash, but the sash has a beautifully appliqued purple orchid on it on
Oh.
both sides. Like someone like hand
Oh.
sew like someone like put a cloth patch of a purple orchid. First they cut that out, painted it, and then someone hand embroidered it onto the end of the sash. And it was like you can tell that it was done with a lot of love. Um and he tilts up his mask and you see, what looks to be a gentleman in his maybe like late 40s. Handsome, sharp nose. Uh, like I said, a fruit bat. Um, and
Balu just smiles and puts his claws in this and over his heart and just holds it up.
Good to see you, my old friend. Come to pay your come to pay your respects while I'm here for one night of the year.
Kamazot, there is much that I have to say to you, old friend.
Well, you don't have one of those pesky white wax candles here, so give me a hug. And
Just like,
he like gives him a big hug and like he's sturdy, he's solid, he's cold though. Like there's no warmth
Warm.
there, but there is like substance. Uh and he
I,
just kind
I had 10 tokens. Now I have 11 tokens. I have too many tokens. I'm going to use a token to immediately bring out one more of the peach and
oh
just hand it to Kamazot.
oh and he just like eats it. Mm. Oh, and he keeps eating it. Oh.
And I have this as well. And he will bring out a small little uh, tiffin which has the dumplings that Balu was famous for in the mess.
This is the best pyre and years. Thank you, Baloo. You're so he like he like eats it and like the more he eats, the more alive he looks.
Now,
Mm.
you rude old bat.
Like the color of his fur becomes more brownish and less of a pale pallor. He starts breathing like actually like naturally breathing. Like his eyes like take on more of a bright shimmer. Um and he is says, "How can I repay you, my old friend? You didn't
Oh,
have to
you
come. You didn't have
rude
to come."
old bat. Don't be silly. And he'll clap him on the back as he usually did, like making him almost like, what? Meet my friends, my family.
Hello, everyone. Happy Pyre.
Hello. Happy Pyre.
Thank you all so much for coming out and looking after my friend. Thank you, Sage Kyra, for bringing them here. I understand that your order prefers that we not have this much interaction. It's Pyre. It is permitted. So, would you all like some advice from the past?
What advice do you have?
He offers something that hasn't been seen in a long time. The advice that I have for you is Peace is hard.
Hmm.
Build bridges, build communities, try to meet people where they're at, talk to them, be cautious, keep your eye out on the king of the floating mountain in case he ever gets wild fur up his behind and decides to trigger up another war.
Yeah.
Just know that your peace that you all have now, while well earned, you have to keep up the work.
Right.
Balu would look around to ensure that Luis is nowhere nearby and that no other children are nearby. And he would lean down, and Adi is going to use the PG-13 thing to essentially say, as Balu, fuck the king of the mountain.
There it is. It's our one F bomb for the evening. Yeah.
Fun. Only one allowed.
Yep.
The king. Yes, I agree. But you have to lead these young people. You have to lead. You have to
There
lead in
is
peace, which is always what you were good at, if I'm being completely honest. And he lays out the facts as he sees it. You are a great protector, Baloo, but you are an even better leader and caretaker.
I learned from the best.
It really has been the honor of my existence to know you.
My friend, you and great ones like you have been sorely missed.
If I were still around, I would have kept pushing and pushing and pushing until there was nothing left to give. And for that, I am grateful that I have passed on because the world is now in the hands of better people. But I will say this, and in this moment, he is going to make a move.
Oh.
And he looks around at every single one of you, and his eyes shine, and they reflect with memory. And he is going to show someone something they truly don't want to grapple with. If they want to avoid thinking about it, they're going to need to spend a token. They look at Samael. What do you see reflected in his eyes?
Samael sees reflected the very first time he met the Forgotten and the Lost. That individual made up of multiple individuals.
That had all been forgotten.
Yeah. And he does not spend a token to not.
Samael. The lost will have forever left its mark on you. And those spirits with no names will still carry their memories, not in the way you were before. If you wish to move past it, Perhaps name them. Or at the very least, never forget to continue to give them their due. You have a good heart. I can see it. The dead see many things. Theozander, what do you see reflected in Kamazot the Truth Bearer's eyes?
I think to Theozander, like as he's been walking along, has been picking up, fallen twigs and bits of mud and stuff, and is slowly building, like creating a mask, and it's still kind of a work in progress at this point. And yeah, as Camazotz is kind of like looking around the group, Theozander can like sense the weight of the moment, and like looks up, like I think as Camazotz is turning from Samael to Theozander, and just looks back down again, and like is very busy with the mask, and is gonna spend a token to just avoid
Whatever
eye
is
contact.
in the ghost's eyes reflection, all good.
Yeah, I think like from like the camera point of view, we would see Theozander himself like reflected back, and so we know it's something personal and internal. But like then he looks away and the camera shifts, and we don't get a sense of what that is. But I think maybe like from the audience perspective, there's like at first it looks like adult Theozander, and then it's actually a child, like a tiny child tawny frogmouth. So it's some past thing, and we see, yeah, maybe a flash, and maybe with I'm imagining like a TV show scene here, but like we hear a voiceover of Theozander telling the story about the difficult student, and we see the tiny baby Theozander 20 frogmouth in Camazot's eye, and like there's just like that, like there's a half a beat where Theozander does hold eye contact, and then he looks away and keeps going with the mask. So I'll spend a token, and he's gonna not think about that.
He glances over at Saria. What does Saria see reflected in Kamazot's eyes?
I think you're muted.
Wait, you're muted.
Yes.
I forgot I turned my mic off the other way. I think Syria lets out a little gasp as she looks into the eyes of this person, and she sees the lost ones, the spirit that she faced, as well as that sense, followed by that sense of loneliness that she can't stand. And she sort of shakes herself out of it and furrows her brow for a minute after looking, and says to Kamasuts, "Do you excuse me, but I appreciate being shown that, but I also wondered if there was something that I could do for you."
Oh, I would love that. Thank you.
You were friends with Baloo, yes?
I was a leader in the rebellion.
But were you friends? Do
We
you
were.
want to spend more time together?
I mean, there's all of Pyre, but I would love to spend more time with my old friend.
Well, I think there's something I can do about that. And she reaches into her bag and she pulls out a set of these little beeswax candles. She says Someone gave these to me a while ago. I think they might have liked me, but I did not return the feeling. And now they're tools. And she takes one of the candles out and puts it down. And she calls her little firefly over, and together they light the candle. And she's gonna hold it out and cast fire too on Kamasots. And fire 2 forces me to spend a token, so I'm going to spend a token to light a flame above or below anything which is not alive and speak their name. And if they were dead, they return to life. If they were never alive, new life fills their body. They may act on their own as any other creature would and are luminescent. They are only alive for as long as the flame burns. Once it is extinguished, they lose all life. And I may only cast the spell during a full moon, which I believe it is.
Cast the spell, and your friend Kamazot's the truth bearer. How long?
She holds the candle out to him and then to Baloo, expecting one of them to take it. It's not all that long, but it's just until the candle goes out or burns all the way down.
What a gift. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it's the least we can do. I mean, you showed us some of the deeper parts of ourselves, right?
Saria, it's okay to be afraid of being alone. But you're not alone. Even when there's no one around. Your light, and he looks at the candle, shines so bright.
She, like, kind of, I think this is probably the first time that, like, Samuel might have actually seen Surya kind of go inward and get really shy about this particular thing. This is something that makes her deeply uncomfortable. She doesn't like talking about this fear that she has. And she says, uh, I'll I'll try to keep that in mind.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
you're up for it, Vixie, I
Mhm.
think Surya finds just a gentle pressure holding her hand. That Samael just kind of, oh, you're uncomfy.
Yeah.
I can't make you less uncomfy, but I can at least be here.
And I think that's what, like, kind of, you know how, like, you just needed that one thing to push you over the emotional edge? And that was it. And I think you just see a little tear come down her cheek when she feels your comforting squeeze. Like, it's works as intended. It's just like she was trying not to cry and now she's crying. So
So now you've got the mongoose siblings, cousins, being like, oh no, oh
Uh, as the two of you are having this very sweet moment, um, Kamazot's completely distracted by this, does not turn to Ricardo.
ah,
And looks over and to his old friend and says, "Come, while I have some life, let's go on walkabout. Let's get candy. Let's get a bottle of rum. Let's enjoy this pyre." And he puts his arm around Baloo and like just sort of leads the way with like a renewed vigor. In the moments that the party starts to move, you hear a warm, familiar voice from next to you. Ricardo. Hello, mijo.
Stops for a moment and freezes the whole way through.
I know that you don't want to face what happened to me. And that's okay.
Starts to sob a little while try to maintain his breath in a
Just
good
know,
way.
just know that you cannot kill love. My light will always be in this world because you are in this world.
Ricardo
Whether
is
you
not
whether
looking at her, and at that moment he looks up at the sky at all the stars appearing over there.
and if it makes you feel like you understand, the next time that I come to you, I will just call you Niño.
Thank you, abuela.
Wait. Before you go, can
And you see the apparition of uh, Ricardo's grandmother turn and look at you.
And he darts forward and gives her a big hug.
Oh, missed you too.
The wrinkles on her eyes crease as she gives you a large, warm axolotl smile. Happy Pyre. Take care of my Niño.
At that moment,
You dance.
Ricardo breaks to look at his abuela and Samael. They are hugging, and he will join and pile them all up. Thank you for
And
coming.
the camera rises into the air, giving us a beautiful view of this grand necropolis, this place of between the land of the living and the land of the dead, this place of fear, but also, even in this darkness, even in this mist, there is connection, there is understanding. For life and death in the land of Hythe is a continuum, not an end. And with that, we end tonight's journey. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this spooky, spooky journey into Wanderhome. We had some frights, we had some delights, and we had some tears. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to our producer, Vivi, for running the
Yay!
show. And
Yes.
I have been Okami. I have been your guide. I'm outro. Um,
Just
as I said, I've been Okami. I've been your guide. I am a facilitator. I am a game designer. I am a TTRPG fanatic. You can find me and all of my content over at khiyokami.itch.io on Blue Sky or at khiyokami on Instagram. Itch.io is all khiyokami at itch.io is also my itch page where I publish a couple little indie games. So if you're interested in seeing some of my work, please check it out. And so I'm gonna ping it over to oh, my pronouns are he they. I'm going to go ahead and ping it over to my amazing players. Please, tell us your name, your pronouns, and where we can find you, and one project that you have coming up in the coming weeks, just so that we can keep it snappy. And I'm going to start with Saria.
That's me. Hey, everybody. My name is Vixie Bell, and I've been your friendly neighborhood player here at the Nerds with Dice table. So happy to be here. I was happy to play through this little story with Wanderhome. I hope we get to come back here someday. This place sounds super interesting. And I did want to put a little bookend on something. I think Surya has decided to name her Firelight Hope.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
so
my
now
god!
that everyone's sobbing, you can find me over at the Pocket Dragon Pub, where I run, play, and produce games. And coming up, we have the grand finale of a game we started at last year's Roll for Wishes, Candela Obscura, The Circle of Wires, and Whispers. We are going to be saying goodbye to these characters on Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope you'll join us for that. This is the culmination of a large journey for them. And as sad as I am to see them go, I'm excited to put on a grand finale and maybe raise some money again for Roll for Wishes. And for everything else we have going on, you can find me over at Pocket Dragon Pub or at Vixie Bell. Look for those two things, and you'll find me there. And I'm going to popcorn it over to the most incredible teacher ever, Theo Xander.
Thanks, Vixie. I'm Logan, he, him. I've been playing Theo Xander, he, they. I am a game designer, mentor, stretch goal writer, just general nerd. You can find all of my stuff, including a podcast I made about lyric games. What's that? Listen to the podcast at logantimmons.card.co. That's card with 2 R's. And all of my games, including some third-party Wanderhome playbooks at breathingstories.itch.io. So that's all of my stuff, and I'll pop it over to Artie.
I my throat is still tight. I have to make sound now. Okay. Hello. Hi for people of the internet. I'm Adi MK. I go by Fab, he, him pronouns. God, this is always so. Anyway, um, you can find me at RDMK on both Blue Sky and on YouTube, and Moonlight Creations on Instagram. Uh, I'm still like blown away by this. As always, Wanderhome, it ends up leaving you with just the biggest sensation of the quintessence of a hug. You know. I do a bunch of things. I'm found all over the internet at different places, but I am most looking forward to right now the upcoming show of Teens in Space, which will be run on Rollers Joint, which will happen
Mm.
later today. And otherwise, I'm also going to be starting to do some children's books of my own. So look out for that. And I am going to, uh, popcorn it over to my good friend, Mr. Tomas.
Well, hello there. My name is Tomas Jimenez Rioja. I am a game designer, writer, actual player, and many things from Argentina. And my pronouns are he, him. I am all over the internet with the name T Jimenez RGM. That's spelled TGIMENEZ, letter R, and then GM. I have created many games. I have done many writings for different products of many different sizes. And at the moment, I'm working on a big project with a bundle of team for the Baldur's Gate Sham that is happening right now on the DM's Guild. The product is going to be called A Night Out in Baldur's Gate. So if you are looking forward to having some cool activities, NPCs, and everything in there, including a subclass I am creating of my own, bard of pretty much the night and the stars and the shadows. Be sure to take a look at that in the future. And then I'll popcorn it to our last member here. Let's see. Let's talk about yourself.
Hi, I'm Lex. I think I'm muted. No, I'm
No,
good.
you're not.
Okay.
Oh,
I just didn't see things
You're
scrolling.
fine. I'm the one who's muted.
Yep, I'm Lex. You can find me on the internet at LexArts with two X's, such as my card with two R's. You can find all of my links there that I want to be found through. I illustrate, I play games. Um, right now, we are wrapping up a first book of Spore War over on Dungeon Scrawlers. So, yeah, that has been an adventure as well. So, if you want to see more stuff I'm in, that's where you might want to check it out.
So, some housekeeping, some announcements. On the 28th, there is a game of Definitely Wizards at 8 p.m. Eastern for Roll for Wishes. Then on the 29th, there is going to be Vassin at 8 p.m. Eastern. On the 30th is Vidhelm, Putrid Soil, and Whispers of Hunger at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for Roll for Wishes. Also, 10:31 on Halloween. If you're not doing anything, Nerds with Dice is doing a Discord game night. So, if you don't feel like going out and you just want to eat candy at home and drink, but still hang out with people, come out and play some games with us in the Discord community. And then on the 1st, Nerds with Dice is doing Discord movie night at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be watching Coraline and Train to Busan. You can find more Nerds with Dice adventures over on YouTube, where you can watch our saved VODs. Stay updated on everything Nerds with Dice by subscribing to the Nerds with Dice on Substack. If you have a story you wish to tell or a game you wish to showcase, our Creators app is always open and can be found on Blue Sky, or you can ask for a link in our Discord. And with that, have a wonderful evening, an amazing Halloween, and we will see you all tomorrow night.